I grew up in a loving home, but somewhere along the way, I lost myself. In high school, I started experimenting with drugs, just a little here and there. At first, it was just for fun, something to help me escape the pressures of life. But before I knew it, what started as casual use turned into a full-blown addiction. By the time I was 22, I was completely hooked on opioids. My life revolved around getting my next fix. I lied, stole, and pushed away everyone who cared about me. My family tried to help, but I was too deep in my addiction to listen. I ended up homeless, sleeping in abandoned buildings, and doing things I never imagined just to survive. One night, I overdosed. I remember lying on a cold bathroom floor, barely breathing, my vision fading. Everything around me grew dark. In that moment, I heard a whisper in my spirit, "This is not the life I created for you." I had ignored God for years, but something about that moment made me cry out, "Jesus, if you're real, save me." Miraculously, someone found me just in time and called for help. When I woke up in the hospital, I knew that was my second chance, but I was still broken, still enslaved to addiction. I checked into rehab, and for the first time, I truly sought God. I opened a Bible, desperate for answers, and landed on Psalm 42. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. For the first time, I believed Jesus could save me, not just from hell, but from the hell I was living in. I surrendered my life to Him, and that was the beginning of my transformation. It wasn't easy. There were moments of struggle, temptation, and doubt, but every time I felt weak, I turned to prayer instead of drugs. God surrounded me with people who spoke life into me, encouraged me, and held me accountable. I began to see myself the way God sees me, not as an addict, but as His beloved daughter, redeemed and set free. Today, I'm 5 years clean. I work with women who are struggling with addiction, sharing my testimony and reminding them that Jesus is still in the business of setting captives free. What Satan meant for evil, God turned for good. If He could save someone like me, He can save anyone.